Hey guys, Dan Alman back with another Watcher of Realms video. Today we are going through all the feedback you guys gave me on the game. I made a video a couple days ago, I think it was about 3 days ago, and I said this is the state of the game. I went through some of the Google searches, talked about, what I think about the game, what I think needs to be implemented, and I was looking for your guys' feedback, both on what you want to see from me and what you want to see inside the game. Now, I want to go through and just read a couple of these comments, but before I do that, I kind of went through and tallied the results. Basically, who, what were like the most asked things in here, etc. So let's go through that first. Hands down, not surprised at all. The number one thing, 11 people. How many comments did I even have, first of all? Okay, let me find that information. So out of, what'd we get? We got 67 comments, okay? We got 67 comments. If I go back in comments here with no filters, there we go. 67 comments, and 11 of them were Moonton needs to be more transparent with the summon rates. Now, a lot of games, they list the summon rates for every single hero, 0.001%, 0.002% for every single hero. When I played Eternal Evolution, the last game I covered very heavily on my second channel, they list every single rate. And as they tweak the rates, you can see them all. I think transparency is one of the most important things, especially when you're spending money. If I'm buying something, I want to know what I have a chance of getting and how big the chance of getting that is. So I get that one. 100% makes sense. Transparency, list the summon rates. There's a lot of very angry people in the comments, rightfully so, of course. I do believe that they should list the summon rates. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere. I will give this video to the staff to just kind of, gauge their opinion on them and give the feedback there. So I only got 70 comments on the video, not a lot. There's, of course, a feedback channel, but I was just curious about my viewers, what you guys think. So second one was lack of PvE content or content in general. A lot of people are saying, yeah, we added GR4. Yeah, we added Immortal Codex, but they're only once a month. So like, why? I come in and do some content, and this is really hard to make everyone happy. I saw the same thing kind of in Dragonair in the beginning. There was no content in the game at all. There was literally nothing to do. And then they added so much stuff and so much time that it's like there's almost too much stuff to do. So it's a fine balance here. I do think they need more PvE content, personally. A lot of people didn't specify PvE or PvP, but it seems from, just the comments and people's feedback that people enjoy PvE content a little bit more than PvP content in general. But some people are huge in PvP and then some are not, so it's kind of hit or miss depending on the person. Now, I did also get a lot of stuff about like dropping better gear or better loot. A lot of people are like, it's not worth it to do this content, oh, it's not worth it to farm, gear raid, because I basically throw 2,000 pieces in the trash and then maybe I keep 3 pieces. And I feel that, especially because we do not have enough gear slots. I'm surprised more people didn't comment, about having not enough gear slots. I think a couple people commented, maybe I just missed it if they did like a portion of their comment based on that. I tried to skim through the comments to get who, who's doing the most, but yeah, drop better gear or better loot. People are like, guild boss, it's not worth the investment. It's a lot of investment to get a guild boss auto 50k team going, and then once a year you get a piece of loot that's worth something, right? So a lot of feedback on that. 4 pieces of feedback. This is like 8% of the comments. This is huge. This is like 15% of the comments is basically, I guess we can just do this equals this divided by 60. What do we have? 67 comments, something like that. Yeah, so there you go. You can see that. Let's put this into a percentage real quick, and then 16% of the feedback was summon rates, 12% was lack of content, and 6% of the comments were drop better gear or loot, or don't make me go through so much. People also talked about filtering and being able to, auto sell even and stuff like that. I did see a lot of people say summons are boring. I go to pity all the time, and this one I definitely feel, especially as an endgame player. Right now, if you summon on a 2x banner, you get the same 5 heroes every single time. So that's another reason why people want transparency, because we want to see that, yeah, 90% of our summons are going to go to 5 heroes, you know, because that's kind of, in my experience, what happens is literally probably 90, I'm sure is an exaggeration. Maybe 50% of my heroes are the same 5 heroes, you know, Azpan, Nyx, and Azor. I think I've got 50 of them. No joke, total, in between those 3. So I get that one totally. Summons are boring, not rewarding, etc. I get it, totally understand. Hero balance. A couple people said hero balance. That there's some really broken legendaries, and then there's some that's not so good. It does seem like they're trying to work on balance. But okay, so that's pretty much the most important content, comments, the most common, I should say. Now let's just go at the highest thumbs up ones, right? So some of the ones. There was also a lot of comments that just said the game is solid. You know, so that is, of course, some people's opinions as well, which is, I'm still enjoying the game. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't enjoying the game. I'll say that right now. But yeah, game is solid. Only issue I have is the way they hide and manipulate the rates of the hero pulls. I get it, especially when you're spending money in the game. It actually, I think that's why this game is not available in some countries, is possibly because they don't have these rates listed. Because in some countries, I know Japan, for example, in Gacha and in China, they are required to list each hero in the separate summoning rate. I don't know how they got around this. Maybe that's why this game isn't fully global, but I know that is illegal in some countries. So I think the game is fine, but it feels like after the daily quests, the only thing that's left to do is decide if I'm going to fruitlessly grind for gear. And some of them, like this one, kind of hints on, hey, the gear is bad, but I didn't count it in that Excel sheet I just showed. But yeah, they're also saying, you know, fruitlessly grinding for gear. 100% agree on that. So that's like basically two more saying, you know, I summon so much. I mean, I grind so much gear and I throw out all of it. I feel that. I am in the same boat there as well. I really like this next comment. I'm going to read that whole comment because I think he did a great job of summarizing what he thinks as well. So next one, Moonton lacks transparency. PvP sucks. I am not a fan of PvP, so I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Oh, this is Arleo. I didn't even realize who it was. Okay, yeah, another content creator. I feel you. It's very similar. You know, some brainless PvE content. I think GR4 was fun. I'm just kind of disappointing that it's not in the game permanently and you can't farm it. You know, the events are cool and nice, but we haven't had actual content added to the game in quite some time. It's only events. But anyways, I spent 15 minutes playing. Haven't spent any money in the last couple months. I already quit content creation. Oh, I didn't realize he quit content creation. Okay. A little bit longer and I'll quit the game, sadly, because the game has much potential. Yeah. Okay. I feel you, man. I feel you. Okay, this is a good comment. I like this one. Shard pull count without having to backtrack. Yeah, another thing. As I mentioned, that a lot of people were talking about the pity. Did I even put that on here? Pity, show pity count. Oh, I think this was, I think I should have had one more here. At least 2 people mentioned that. I think I forgot to total this one in here, but having to go back and count to pity, it'd be nice if they could just put it in the game. You know, almost every single game does that. It counts the pity for you. I've counted it live in videos before and counted wrong because I totally missed a Lego, thought I was at pity, and then had to go back and check. So it causes some problems there as well. Increased drop rate of cloth and scales, more clarity on the rates of each champ, fix the guild boss play test. Sometimes the high DPS will not be auto-loaded. I did notice this happen a lot on the test server. Notify users of Guild Wars via notification. That was not bad. It's not a bad little idea there. Improve the defense champ viability. I feel this one as well. Azor needs a little bit of a buff maybe. Gon still feels like he's underpowered along with the other tanks that scale off defense. I do feel that. I think Crowdor as well seems very weak. Defense just always seemed weak in this game. As you'll notice when people tell you how to build tanks, you're basically gonna build full HP because defense only works against people who do not deal magic damage, right? So otherwise, if they deal magic damage, it's going to go right through your defense. So sometimes it's not useful to build defense, you know. And then if you have a hero, because normally defense mitigates all damage. In this game, it only mitigates basically physical damage. They don't call it physical damage in this game, but it's basically physical versus magic damage. More options to exchange goods for fragments. Yeah, this is another one I saw a couple times and probably didn't tally it perfect on my Excel spreadsheet, but exchange goods for fragments. Like when you get rid of, epics, you get those purple currency. You can see I have a ridiculous amount of purple currency in this game, and there's nothing to use it. Someone also mentioned pop-ups. Why do I get so many pop-ups? I figured I'd mention that real quick as I get pop-ups. But this currency, I have 60,000. What am I going to use it for? I wish I could convert, I don't know, 100 of these into one of these or something. I don't know. I have these awaken tokens too. I got 630 of them. There's just nothing really good that comes in the shop. And, what do you do with these epics as you get them? Blues you can get diamonds for. Maybe let us convert purple currency into diamonds. That'd be a great one. Let us buy diamonds in here. Again, I have 60,000 of this currency and there's nothing to use it on. So, yeah, we just need more stuff to buy in here. That's a great one for sure. Improve the guild and arena market. Very limited, kind of similar thing. Give us an option to turn dupe epic and Legos into gems. Yeah, just let us use that currency to buy gems. Even better, even easier, because then the people who already got rid of 1,000 epics can get some diamonds back for them. I think that'd be great. Another one, more content. A lot of people talk about it. A lot of people say content, we need content. Why is GR4 only once a month? Why is Immortal Codex only once a month? And then some people were answering, the other question I asked, what do you guys want from me? And a lot of people said more new server, new hero on the test server testing. So that'd be good. Another one, transparency of rates. A lot of people are like, come on. Most likely this was voiced by the whole community. I mean, people rag on it a lot. People want to know what they're buying. That's what it comes down to. If you're spending real life money, you want to know what you can get with it, right? So that definitely is a big one for a lot of people. It would be nice to have more than a gear check in general, maybe some well thought out content. Feels like the actions they are taking are more oriented towards having you spend in game rather than creating some fun, cool, engaging experience. Collecting heroes will get boring at some point. Thanks for the vid. Cheers. Yeah. I feel like what this game lacks most is continued use of heroes, fully utilizing new heroes, etc. I'm just collecting at this point. I have my team set for 99 and I hit auto repeatedly. Yeah, I feel you, man. That is totally true. I do like that GR4 and Immortal Codex have kind of changed that, but yeah, Guild Boss. They've been talking about a new Guild Boss coming out for like 5.5 years now, roughly, give or take a couple of years. You know what I mean? But yeah, stuff like that. People definitely were talking about Guild Boss rewards and stuff like that. I feel like they made the Guild Boss rewards infinitely worse by adding these. Now, I guess I shouldn't complain. I really like legendary skill crystals, but I just feel like what we had before, I don't know if they swapped it out. Again, they don't show the drop rates in anything in the game. There is no drop rates shown for any of this, which it should probably say, hey, what are the odds for each one of these things? It would be really nice if it said that, because right now it's hard to say if I can't one key Nightmare 4, am I better off doing Nightmare 3? You don't know, because you don't know the drop rates. What I do is I just try to make sure I have a chance at these as many times as possible. But I don't know, is getting one key in Nightmare 4 and one in Nightmare 3 and, only getting, whatever, maybe this one, how much does this have half the drop rate as this chest? We don't know. We just have no idea. So it makes it hard to make decisions on what you want to do because you don't know the drop rates of these things. And it's fine if Moonton changes the drop rates often and tweaks them. It's totally fine. Just show them in the game so that no one can ever say Moonton is not transparent. Just put them in the game. It's easy. Even if I think they're worried like, oh, people are gonna be mad if we nerf the drop rates. It's like, people will not be mad if they can see it happen, if it's visible. You know what I mean? I think that's what makes people the most mad, is not being able to know what's happening. And now, recently, they made it so that the rates can never be found in the game. Before, you could like data mine the rates, and like Fasty was really good about putting out the rates constantly. But Yeah, transparency. It really comes down to it at all. I went from spending a ton to buying the pass. Now I'm just getting daily stuff. Interesting vids. Still enjoyed the game after 8 months. Gear Dungeon is new content, except for the fact that I don't have an anti-healer. Maybe they should have had an epic that does anti-healing. Okay. War is the most free-to-play friendly gacha I've ever seen, but also means there's not enough rewarding content to spend on. You know, I know they've said that they don't want to add new stages to dungeons, but it would be really nice if we had another harder, like, I have nothing to work for there. I can beat all the content in the game. I have nothing left to work for. There's the only thing that's left that I have not fully maxed out is PvP, and I just don't care about PvP that much. I've always been a PvE person. Even though I'm a very competitive person in general, I don't know. I just seem like, if I want a PvP, I want to physically control my character, like Pal World, for example, like an MMO, like a first-person shooter. If I want a PvP, I want me to be in control, not just my little random pixels doing some auto stuff and blah, blah, blah. That's personally my opinion on PvP. I like controlling my character, a single character, when I do PvP. I know that's not obviously viable in this game, but I just don't enjoy PvP in gacha games, I guess is my point. I still enjoy the game. I 2 key Nightmare 4, 21's done, Nightmare Void Rift done. I just casually play now. Any new content that drops, I progress as far as I can without switching gear, and I definitely don't spend. Another thing about switching gear, that's why I think the saved gear sets was nice, because after I switch my gear around, I have no idea what sets I had on who, because a lot of times I'll swap like single pieces of gear and then my gear sets are gone for life. So it would be nice, like, or even like a home button and like a reset button, like even say like, okay, I'm going to set this set on a hero and then I'm going to set it as his favorite set. And then if I press a button, it recalls all that gear or something. I don't know, something like that. Most people just give us 100 slots. Almost every game has saved gear sets in the history of mankind. I've been harping on this one a lot. Because every game has it, and this is the only game that doesn't have it. And out of any gacha game I've ever played, you know, I mean, Eternal Evolution, Awaken Chaos Era, all these games, they implemented Dragonair. They implemented these save gear sets. Dragonair does it the best. Dragonair has like a full-on full team builder that you can do, which is freaking amazing. You can go in here, you can build teams, and you can literally set like all the gear like this for your entire team. It's really cool. They should give us something like this. You could have, you know, 5 or 6 person teams, because a lot of times I'm going to use the same 5 or 6 heroes and then the same 5 or 6 heroes in the 2 teams with the same gear. So it'd be nice if you could do something like this. I don't know. I'm sure they could figure out something pretty cool, but Dragonair has a great system for equipment plans. You can go through, they have multiple places. You can change it by your full team, or you can go into the plan and save a bunch of these. They only have 30 here in Dragonair, but like Eternal Evolution had like 100 sets or something crazy. Awakened Chaos Era had a bunch of sets. Eternal Evolution even had it where you could have 2 sets saved on a hero and swap them. So every game has it besides this one, unfortunately. Save gear sets would be a godsend as I talk about it. Yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about. We need more gear slots and better gear filtering. I agree with this, especially for artifacts. Did you know there's no way in the game to see all of your artifacts in one place? It's not physically possible to even tell what artifacts you own in the game. They're not showed in inventory, okay? Nothing in here. Nothing in here. The artifacts are not shown anywhere in the entire game. The only place you can see artifacts is if you go here and you hit sell, and guess what? They do not show the ones that are on your heroes. So you have to unequip all your heroes just to be able to know what artifact you own. And that's wild to me. That's wild to me. How is there no place in the entire game? Why can't you just add a little selector saying, you know, show equipped artifacts or something? Like, why are we not allowed to see what we have on our account? It makes going through and clearing out your inventory very hard because you don't even know what you own. Okay, that's gonna be pretty much it. There's a bunch more. Actually, I'm kind of near the end. Am I near the end? Kind of near the end. Everything sucks. I already gave them 6 months maximum until the game's gone. Game is boring, and gear dungeons once a month is a joke. That's what you get. That's what you get. Lots of comments about transparency. Lots of comments about how much content we have in the game. that's going to be pretty much it for the video. Just want to go through and review and talk about all that. It is Sunday here. Am I going to do summons this weekend? Am I going to do any of that? I don't quite know. What do we got going on here? We got the Ancient Summon banner. I really wanted to go in on this, but I already have Araka and I already have Sargak. I have multiple Sargaks. I'm not a big fan of Sargak. Maybe I got to retest this bro, but a lot of people are saying this guy is like really good. I know he did get changed and his bleed chance went up a little bit. And I think this defense penetration went up a little bit. Maybe that's why he's not very good in Guild Boss. This guy was awful in Guild Boss. Even after the buff, I swear I tested him in Guild Boss and he was very bad. Both of these heroes are very bad. Araka is a very bad hero. Terrible hero, but she's an amazing lord. I know that sounds weird to say, but as an actual hero, as a fighter, as a damage dealer, she's awful. She'll do like 30 million on Guild Boss, where Ivar, the new guy, he'll do like 120 mil. So Araka's very bad, but she's essential in the game for just her lord bonus specifically. I am not a fan of 2x summons. As I said, every time I get the same 5 heroes, so it does not seem useful for me to do 2x summons very often. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for the video, guys. If you want to buy anything, go ahead and use my link in the description to kind of get yourself a 10 to 15% discount. And go ahead and feel free to do that. I'm kind of disappointed on the website stuff. Fasty just released his website yesterday, and it's literally everything that it's like identical to my website, except for everything just looks way better because he's got a full team working on it. So it kind of makes me want to just fully quit my website and stop developing it altogether, because I know I'll never be able to compete, and he's basically going to get all of the traffic that was going to go to my website. So I may just completely quit my website fully. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get some content guides on there, but all the work I've done on it, he basically came and did better work. So, props to him for spending a lot of time, or his team spending a lot of time on the website. He did mention himself that he hasn't done a lot of the work. It's been his team, but I just can't keep up with that as a solo, father with multiple jobs. So there's just no way I can keep up with it. So I don't know. I might just quit the website entirely. I don't know. We'll see. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like and that subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.